Okay, so the second question said, what will you advise a person who has more than 5 skills and is using all of them at once to make money? Not yet making money, I tend to use all of that skills to make money. Now, here's my advice to this person. You must start with one. The only time you can start applying all your skills is after you have scaled one. When you scale one, you can move on to the other. When you scale the second one, you move on to the third one. So you must identify your core skill, the first skill. When you identify your first skill, and after identifying your first skill, next thing to do is to ask questions. How do you market and how do you close sales? Because that's why I wrote my book, How to Make Money What You Know. And we have a course, How to Make Money What You Know too. There's a video course and there's a book for it. After you've identified your skill, the next is, how do I monetize a skill? Which is where the question is now. How do I package it? So can someone give me a skill now so I can use this as an example? Just give me one skill so I can use it as an example.
Copywriting.
Okay. Now, copywriting, for example, what is copywriting? You have to find out why copywriting is different from content writing. You should know that content writing and copywriting are not the same thing. Neither is copywriting and article writing the same thing. Neither is it even the same thing with writing a press release or writing a news copy, writing news. They are all different kinds of writing. You should know that ghostwriting and copywriting are not the same thing. So you need to understand exactly what is copywriting and why is it different from other kind of writing, and what exactly does it achieve. Now, copywriting is a kind of content that helps people make sales. When somebody reads your copy, it should be able to produce a result that will eventually lead to sales, which means there are different objectives of a copy. When you write the copy, you must identify the objective, so you'll be able to note your key results at the end of the day. Identify the objective and the key results you want to get at the end of the day. So one of the things that your copy can do for you or for your clients is to generate leads. What are leads? Leads are like, for example, now you write a copy. Maybe, I don't know who follows Oche Wright here. Who follows Oche Wright? Oche Wright is like one of the typical examples. His own is content marketing. Content marketing is a bit different. Okay. Content writing is also a bit different. Content marketing, sorry, not writing. Content marketing is using stories to sell. That's what's content marketing. You are selling with stories. Copywriting too. That one, you are leading people through a journey that eventually leads to them taking an action. That is your objective and the key result you want to get. So now, if you look at Oche Wright now, if you notice, he's a brand ambassador for one or two brands, right? He's always talking about a particular brand like that. Now, every time he's selling with stories, every time he writes something, one of the things that he's trying to do is to generate leads. What are leads? For that company now, they need maybe phone numbers, or they need emails, or they need people to show interest in the product. These things are leads. So you don't sell with your copy. Your copy helps you to either create brand awareness, or you are generating lead. When you're doing brand awareness, you are teaching, you're telling people, hey, look at this product, so it exists. Look at the problem it solves. If you have this kind of problem, this is the product you need. So you're creating brand awareness. You're making people aware of this particular product or service. That's one objective that you should have whenever you're creating a copy. Don't just write a copy. There should be something you have in mind. Now, when you're creating a copy now for brand awareness, you might not, the engagements you're looking for might just be impressions. Impressions means number of persons that sees the post. Of course, people might eventually like the post, or share the post, or save the post. Now, but we are generating lead. Now, you're being very specific. It means that you are leading them to an action. There are different ways to generate lead. One of them is by emails. You're collecting their emails, because email marketing is a way to convert an audience. You use your social media now, generate lead them to your emails, and use your emails to convert them. Or if you're someone that's into WhatsApp marketing, you use your social media, you bring them in and lead them to your WhatsApp and convert them to make a sale. So that's what your copy should do. So every time your copy, now, okay, I've said even about copywriting, but let me round that brief teaching up. But I believe one or two persons here needed that brief teaching on copywriting. So now this is copywriting. Now you should not ask a question now. How do I monetize it? Now in my course and in my book, I taught what I call the 3-part value delivery system. This is what Valucop is based on. That there are 3-part value delivery system in monetizing what you know. Either you are offering your skill as a service, or you're offering your skill as a product, or you're offering your skill as a training. So skill as a service, skill as a product, skill as a training. So these are 3 different ways that always, if you look at every single way to monetize what you do, they always revolve around these 3, which is why it's a formula in Valucop, 3-part value delivery system. So as in copywriting now, you don't decide your copies, who will your copy serve? Do you do B2B copies or do you do B2C copies? What does that mean? B2C means business to customers. That means you're creating a copy that is going directly, interfacing directly with customers. Or you're creating a copy that makes a business sell to another business. You know that the language will not be the same. You will know that because if you're talking directly to customers, your language is simpler, or your language is, you use terminologies that are very specific to that audience. If you're using B2B, it means that you are creating specific content. You're creating specific content that is direct to using terminologies that direct to that business you're talking to. So at this point now, you decide. These are the baby steps. When you want to start making money with your skill, your eyes should not be on the money yet, because if your foundations are right, if you take out a month, 2 months and build your foundations, then you're now faced with, okay, where do I not get people that will pay me? So for that question the person asks, how about your plenty skills? Focus on one first. What is your core skill? When you focus on that skill first, scale it to start paying you in 5, 6, 7 figures, and then you can now enter another skill and add it to it. And the way to diversify, if you have several skills, the way to diversify is to productize your skills. What I mean by productizing it is convert your skills into products. And how do you do that? As a product, you are teaching people what you know how to do in a video or an ebook format. And what about products is that you don't have to be there for them to sell. When you have a selling system, they will always come in. For example, now our website, I could be sleeping and then I wake up and find out, oh, somebody went to our website and paid for a course, because the courses we are productized. But this what I'm doing now is a training, right? Is a one-on-one training. You can also offer that. And then you can also offer, like I said, your skill as a service, whereby as with copywriting now, you offer your copywriting as a service to people, depending on whether you're doing B2B or B2C. If you're doing B2C, it means people come to you to create copies for them. Companies are going to come to you to create copies for them, for their customers. Or if it's a B2B company, they'll come to you to create copies for them. So you've identified your skill, your core skill, and then you now identify the specific, which particular result do you want to use it, because each skill have different kind of result they can offer, they can bring to the table. So being very specific will help you. Being very specific will save you a lot of headache. It will help you to niche down. You can't be everywhere. Niching down per time will help you to make money, because if you try to be everywhere at the same time, if you try to say that you write content for everyone, you have a problem, because you won't be able to track your results. But if you focus on a specific, maybe you say, okay, I want to start with B2C content, kind of copywriting. You want to focus on content that will directly create awareness to customers, or directly create or generate leads from customers. This time around, you're dealing with B2B. So be specific. You niche down, one skill at a time. before you start doing everything, all the kind of skills. And sometimes your one skill can even have be an umbrella for several other skills, right? So, but make sure if you're going to do 5 skills, make sure you are good in all of them. But that's going to be very stressful. So one skill at a time, and then you scale. You scale. I don't know if that was okay.